This is another video on a Peugeot 407. This is for a Peugeot 407 2.2 petrol. And this is the fuel sender unit that fits in the tank. It measures how much fuel's in the tank. There's a pump that's inside that pumps the fuel up, out, through your fuel lines to your fuel injectors. Now, the dealers say there's no actual filter on this car, no fuel filter. But the strange one, you can actually buy a fuel filter online. Turns out foreign cars have them, but not English ones. They have no fuel filter underneath the floor pans. I followed the fuel lines from the front of the car to the back of the car. No fuel filters. Peugeot checked this for me and said yes, this has a fuel filter in it for life. But Peugeot, what's life? They didn't tell me. The life of the car, the life of the warranty of the car, who knows. So I decided to take it to pieces, basically smash it to pieces, and buy a new one, because it's done quite a few miles. So I thought I'd take it to pieces and just see what state it's inside after 83,000 miles. And it's you can't really service them. Some you can. Hondas, you can service these. You can buy filters for them and repair them, and Toyota and Subaru. But for some strange reason, Peugeot don't make a filter kit for this. You have to just buy the whole lot, which is quite expensive. Anyway, on the bottom, this is the trap that fits on the bottom. As I say, I've smashed it up quite a bit. There's a clip that fits in, and you pull that out, and that is a pressure relief valve. So that works on the fuel pressure. So that just pulls out, and I thought we could undo these tabs and release it and see if there's anything inside here that could just be cleaned out. Like as I say, it's not a serviceable part, but just for curiosity, see if we could do something with it. So we took the trap off the bottom. Chuck that in there. When we took the trap off the bottom, we found a gauze on the bottom. I thought, oh right, okay. It's got a gauze on, it stops stuff going up, and it goes through the pump, comes out through the top. But this big round disc we've got here, this round piece, has got a filter inside it, which we know we can't buy one for it, but we thought we'd just open it up and see what state it's in after doing 83,000 miles. All these are sweated on, so you can't really service it anyway. They sweated on. You'd have to put some fresh pipe and Jubilee clips, which I wouldn't recommend. So I know I've broke this, but it was intentional. So we took it apart and opened it up and took the filter out, and this is where the filter went in a round ring. Like, the filter on the bottom was very clean, so I thought, well, the filter in there should be pretty clean, which it turns out not really. Absolutely filthy. This has just been put in and dipped in clean petrol, just up and down a few times, and just look at the colour of that fuel. It looks like fucking engine oil. Now, that would go through your injectors, damage your injectors, maybe block your fuel lines, God knows. Now, I'm glad I caught this, I'm glad I looked at it, because I don't know if you can see, it's just absolutely just jammed up with crap. And 80-odd thousand miles. Like I say, Peugeot says it's covered fuel filter for life, but is that 3 years when the warranties run out of the car, or is it for the life of Uncle Tom? Who knows? But fuck me, it's just shocking. To say that's going to go through your fuel pipes into your injectors is pretty shocking when you open it up and have a look inside. So if you're curious what's actually inside your fuel pump, this is the same as a 307. I think it's a 207 and a 308. They're all very similar pumps. There is the, oops, where has it gone? There is the sender unit that's possibly some form of use, maybe. That's about it. There's nothing really you can salvage off it at all. But I knew I was going to break it. I knew I was going to bust it. I'm just curious what it would be like after 83,000 miles. And yeah, I know you're supposed to replace your filter on a car every, service. But obviously if it's a fuel filter for life, it's in the tank, you just basically drive it till it basically breaks. But I didn't want to take that risk. I just thought, 80,000 miles nearly, for the sake of £100 to buy a new one of these, just, you've saved the money in over every 10,000 miles not buying a filter, so it adds up. You've just basically, instead of paying £10 every time you service it, you're just paying all in one lump sum. Bizarre. Well, anyway, I hope this might enlighten some Peugeot enthusiasts that just curious if you can service the pump and the sender, which you can't. But if you just look how filthy that is, then maybe your Peugeot is driving around with that in its fuel filter at 80,000 miles. Yes, I think it's definitely going to have a new sender unit on before the injectors go kaput. Well, it might help someday. If it doesn't, it hasn't cost you nothing, has it, to just watch this shit? Never mind. Okay, bye-bye.